Coward.
All right.
Oh yeah,
welcome
we're on
back.
this character that Zach hates.
She sucks. She's a terrible character.
He's okay.
Oh, yeah, I noticed
She's
this
kind of
part.
cute.
Her visual design is gaudy, and her character writing is
She's
lackluster
still,
at best.
I would still say she's better than Maya.
That's not hard.
The snowman looks happy to see you.
Well,
like,
on my
hey!
level.
Hey, welcome back. It's been like a couple weeks, has it? Oh, I just noticed the sign is William Robbins.
I'm not.
Uh-huh.
Robin Williams.
No, I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. Okay.
That would be great.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah,
how
do we
much
want to
you
start doing this
voice
now?
act?
Or are we doing like how do we want to do this? Because we wanted to do a little bit of progress stream, but I'm not sure.
Same.
So what do you want? Do you want to spam through this for a bit?
A little bit of progress stream.
How about like if we talk to someone else, maybe we can do a bit of voice acting. But if it's just us, then we don't.
You mean
have
like
to.
Luigi?
Oh,
My
yeah,
God, I
yeah,
remember
I forgot
Luigi.
about
kind of. I don't have as much food, but I have food, so I can kind of do the voice.
I'm off this.
Oh, never mind, we're done.
Oh, we've talked to him.
Dang.
We're just gonna look at him.
I don't actually remember what the objective is.
I guess we did this. Are we supposed to not be here?
Maybe.
Or how about Zach? Only when we get into like trial, we start talking. I think that may be better.
There's probably
Oh,
gonna
right, we
be
talked
there's
to
probably
this
gonna be
dude.
some like this seems important. What is this?
No, remember we talked to this dude?
Oh yeah, and it's Mr.
Yeah.
Joestar.
Yeah.
Who
It was
Jojo,
George.
who's a real guy.
No, what was his name? Like I said.
It was
I
George
couldn't-
Joestar.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him, the real guy,
The real guy.
as Grant said.
Mm-hmm.
The man,
Okay.
the myth, the legend.
Man. Well, apparently he's not here either.
Okay,
Sholmes is sweet.
this is where Iris
Oh,
was.
he just no. Yeah, we talked to
mind.
her, and she left. I wonder why we were outside because
Why were we on Briar
Road?
Road? Yeah.
Do we
Oh,
have to-
wasn't
something
it
to this end?
wasn't it because we had to give this guy something? Yeah, this Iris's postcard.
Iris' postcard. Okay.
Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment?
I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man.
Wow, you remembered this voice immediately.
This is Luigi.
Luigi.
Must have been in talk with a pair of foreign gadabouts, that's for sure.
Look at the gadabout.
It's someone who gads about.
We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson.
Wah! For me?
Oh,
ladies,
okay, now
for
I
my
remember
ladyship.
this.
Her ladyship?
Give that here at once. Come on, hand it over. That's for me.
Don't wait for me to give it. Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you?
I'm gonna dip it in these fries.
Oh no.
Delicious.
What was that coin exactly?
Chocolate. It's a silver crown, obviously, but it's a lot more than that. It's an appearance fee, that's what it is.
An appearance fee. Oh, I see. You mean
That's right, for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
So he gets so because he's in
He
one of
gets
the
royalties.
he gets royalties.
Your ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me, every time.
Yes, of course. I know all of about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly.
Well, it's her use my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still.
I'm sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you.
Never you mind that. So, what do you want to know about them? Eh?
Sorry?
Tell the gentleman in the black whatever he wants to know. I trust I won't be a problem, it says.
Your problem.
Well, obviously it is not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Joestar's lodgings.
Good on the
Yes.
flying memory.
Ah,
Ah, the JoJo reference. Mustache Japanese fellow, huh? He lives in a right old hovel. It's just over there. Look.
Oh.
On the first floor of that corner where that wreck of a bicycle's propped up. It's like a proto penny farthing.
that is nearby indeed.
Also known as a proto-farthing.
Nice.
That front wheel is downright tiny. No one wants to steal that. It's not even locked. I remember rightly, the landlord is Mr. John Garrideb. I'm gonna assume that Grant can take that voice. Right, well. If you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regard, you hear? I mean it. You tell her that Greg says his very best wishes.
Don't worry, Inspector. We will.
Every time I grip my fries, they get mushier and easier for me to swallow with my toothless mouth. Goodbye for now, then, and long live her ladyship.
I mean, she's like 8.
I am
she's
now
gonna
going to
live a while.
disintegrate.
Ah!
Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left.
Yeah. So then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Joestar's lodgings?
At least he told us what he wanted to know before he disintegrated.
All that's left was the fish and chips.
Alright.
Fish and chips and mustache wax.
Oh no. No, his whole mustache.
The fuck? What the fuck is this?
Why
The
does he have
Face
a
looks like a
cannon?
crescent moon.
That's Charlie Nash. You like that Street Fighter reference?
Oh!
Whoa.
May I help you?
Ow.
Hello, may I help you?
She is kind of a jinx, a little bit. Jinx!
Jinx! Not racist. Yes. Would this be the residence of Mr. Joseph? No, sorry, George Joestar. No, this is a different character.
No, this
Mr.
is the other
John
guy.
Garrideb.
Mr. Polnareff?
Mr. Pol-
Look, he's French, you can tell by the saber.
You can tell by the cannon pointed at your face, but it's not loaded.
Actually, Adrian, I know you just did Luigi, but would you mind taking this for me? Because my throat hurts a little bit.
I was gonna say, you can see even in the background, he's got Polnareff's due.
It's true, he does,
Portrait.
actually.
Oh shit.
Alright, let me see if I can think of a good voice for her. Indeed, sir. And who is called? No, fuck, I can't think of a good voice.
That's fine.
Like, that was good, just less muffled.
Okay.
The same note we give you on all your voices initially.
No, sometimes it's less deep.
Also that. My name is Ryu Naruto. That's what it was.
Mr. Naruto is representing Mr. Oh, that's what it was, Joseki. Joseki Joestar.
Oh,
I believe
Joseki
he takes
Joestar.
lodgings here. See, that's why I was like, I remember I made something off of his name, but I didn't remember his name.
Instead of JoJo, he should be So-So, because he's average.
He just
He's
messed.
He's so
He doesn't have a
so.
stand. He doesn't have a stand. He's just So-So.
Oh man, rip that dude. Saba.
Sorry, my thing unplugged for a second. We would I don't even know what is happening. We would very much like to ask him some questions about your client.
One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garrideb.
That's good.
Excuse me, this voice-changing tea is
She's
very
exploding.
volatile with my stomach.
Voice GGT.
Did you see that, Mr. Sato? That's a real life English maid.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow! Incredible!
As I understand it, anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I'd ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better.
I wonder if they have English maid cafes here where the maids serve you food.
But they're kind of rude about it. It certainly feels like we've really arrived now, doesn't it? Now that we've seen a maid?
We need only to meet a butler and the experience will be complete.
Well, I'm not sure if I go that far, but I understand the sentiment.
Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garrett will see you now. This way. Oh, God.
Oh my
It
god.
is. It's City
I told you.
Polnareff.
Crescent moon head face
He really does
guy.
have crescent. Do you think her face is supposed to look kind of like a sun?
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, with the thing.
You take the moon.
And you take the sun!
The sun.
That looks like a
Hey,
medal
we're
of
doing
honor.
inspection, you don't have to read this one.
Ah, true. Yes, you're right.
Oh, shit,
just
I guess we do. Never mind.
I'm gonna toss this one to Grant or Lawrence, whoever feels cocky.
What do you
Kinda-
What do you think, Lawrence?
I'm kind of eating at the moment, so
Oh,
Grant, you
okay.
take it. Well, we're all just eating today, huh?
I guess so.
4 o'clock, boys.
Yeah.
What, that old thing?
That's a great
Whoa,
voice!
Where did that voice come from?
I don't know.
Sorry?
I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn in his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it. Keeps the bally thing out of my way.
So it's just been polished to a shine by accident, I suppose.
There appears to be an inscription on the medal itself. Look. Let me see. It says, for distinguished participation.
You got a participation trophy? Sounds like the kind of honors even I could get in line for.
Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time in the army.
What the fuck? Why are you stirring it?
Can't
doesn't seem
measure
very
an
healthy.
officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circle.
Like, if he did this, wouldn't the stuff fall out of the pipe?
Yeah, it should, unless he's not smoking anything.
Both the pipe and the cup are empty.
Yeah.
That portrait of Mr. Garadeb is glaring at me, I swear.
Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garadeb as well?
Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well.
Ah, yes. Seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket.
Seem to come back? What do you mean?
The chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something and came out with that thing. In point of the fact, and now that I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need.
The line ornament certainly does seem surplus to requirements.
Susato-san doesn't pull her punches, or her throws for that matter.
What if he turns his face and it's just completely, like, melted and covered in sludge?
I thought you were gonna say he turns his face and it's like front-facing Phineas.
Ugh!
Do you think that this corner back here had a fire?
Let's say, what's that on the floor?
This looks like a discarded candle, but then the rug, like, it's all black and the rug's all torn up. So I think he had a fire in this corner of the room.
Look at that enormous screen! It must have been put there deliberately, surely.
Look at that enormous
Wow, I was
screen!
right.
You can watch soccer for days on it!
Oh,
Yeah, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. What could be behind it, I wonder?
I'm going to have a very quick look. Just a peek.
They're looking at us. Maybe let's not, Miss Susato.
Don't make me use Ice Beam!
Oh, you see, yeah, the candelabra is missing a candle. I didn't see that.
There's a candelabra?
Yeah, on the right.
Oh yeah, look at that.
His chair is kind of blocking it, but yeah,
Also, the entire shelf's fucked up.
that's true.
What the
It's
fuck
because
happened?
I used ice beam earlier, and it really wrecked the place up.
Excuse you, Soul Rock doesn't know Ice Beam. Lunatone does.
So wrong. It's so rocket Lunatone.
I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea.
Oh, look.
Wait, weren't we saying that we wanted to skip some of these?
Well, yeah, but
Sorry.
then the other guy started talking, and then we were
Oh,
like,
You just
right,
can't
yeah.
get enough of Grant's great voice for this fucking guy.
It is good.
beautiful collection
you.
of cakes
It makes me want
lined
to
up
blow
on
my
that
noise.
gleaming silver
My
cake
noise, my
stand.
nose, but it is good.
Blow the noise. Thank
Lined
you.
up. It's more like someone has half demolished them to me.
Half a demolished.
Half demolished.
Oh, I thought we were skipping them.
Okay, we're gonna make
skipping.
progress.
We're
I
moving
don't know whether we.
forward.
Okay, let's progress stream.
Progress stream.
Some stage rival, others feel the team.
Progress stream.
By the way, do you guys realize that song is about systematic racism? Because I didn't.
Nope.
But the
What,
lyrics, if you look
Chocolate
at the
Rain?
lyrics, yeah, the lyrics are actually not that subtle about it.
It's gold and something's black. Let me see. Ironmongery.
Mongery? Yeah. What the fuck?
That's interesting.
Their memories. He's an old guy. He's a celestial god. Leave him alone.
He needs to be bound to the human. Oh, he has a cane too.
Yeah, I can look at it too.
Ooh.
A genuine London dresser. Perhaps
Even
the
if-
cannon was fired at it.
Wow.
Someone would definitely hear that. Oh my god, could you imagine if that's like a twist? Is that the cannon was shot but no one heard it for some fucking reason?
Oh my god.
Is that a coat? That's a coat rack that is like military just hanging from, right? Because I thought it was another sheath for a second sword.
Where?
On the top left where his coat's hanging from, I thought that was another sheath for a second sword, but it's just the coat rack. Top left where the military coat's hanging from.
Oh, over here. Yeah, you're
I
right.
thought
It's
that was
just a
another
coat rack.
sheath for. Yeah, but I was like, he has two swords. Wow.
It's very distinguished.
He's double the weeb.
What do you mean weeb? They're both sabers. Well, one of them saber.
Everything's a weeb when you get down to it, really.
Everything's a weeb. Oh, I should send that song, the one that starts with the reeling, unsettling bit. Hang on.
I can't wait for this guy in his like breakdown or something to look directly at us, and his face is extremely thin and his eyes are like cross-eyed.
Ooh.
That whole thing, bah, more like a toy. It's like a missile. He's like, the army was selling it off when I retired.
So clearly he wasn't a great soldier, but how does he have all this money?
He doesn't. Look at his fucking house.
Yeah, that's true. But he has a cannon.
I don't know if he's necessarily. Yeah, I'll say. Well, keep in mind that this is like old time where I don't know if this stuff would have been horrifically expensive.
I was
But
gonna
also,
say where
I-
4 pence gets you pretty far.
I think it's less that he has money and more that he's just very old and he had a lot of opportunity to collect this stuff.
He
Also,
put it in
here's the
his,
song.
IRAS.
Also, why the fuck are you keeping the lit end, like the part where you light it near the fire?
Because there's nothing in
It's
it.
just yeah, it's that extra little spice of your life. Will it go off today? Will it not? You never know.
Pointed directly at my bed just in case.
Yeah.
Point it directly at the
I
front
sleep
door
with
just
it.
in case.
Yeah, I sleep with it pointing at my head.
I sleep with my head in the cannon.
I sleep in the cannon.
The cannon.
What? It's quite
Pointing out the
comfortable.
window.
Just as long as there's no fire nearby.
You look in the
Yeah,
cannon and
exactly.
it's full of like bedding and pillows.
How does he fit?
Okay, I think we can do voice acting now.
Okay.
No excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of Maiwan, don't you know?
Wait, what if his
Now I
entire
can't be an
underside is just
adventurer.
like soot? Like there's a lot of soot because of the fire on him, so it's just
Oh,
like.
could you
used to be
imagine
it.
that? That'd be incredible.
He's got like the Two-Face suit, like just half of it's normal and then half of it's just completely black.
Earned a medal for my pains, but had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to the up-and-comings.
So he's a retired soldier.
It's a hell of a job getting up and down stairs now, I can't tell you. I can tell you.
I can't tell you.
Can't tell you.
I can't.
Confidential
It's top
information. I can't
secret.
tell you that.
Don't get out much, as you can imagine.
Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was panting at the top of the stairs.
So I put
You
myself
say
in the
what?
cannon.
You really must take more exercise, Mr. Naruto.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you think so?
Real life as well. Well, Mr. Garadeb, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal.
No, I
Even
got
for
it from the back of
participation.
the knee. I was running.
It's actually a medal of dishonor. If you look closely, it says that I owed the government $4,000 for my horrible service.
Oh my god.
It's a medal of dishonor. It comes with a free copy of the game.
Too bad I don't have a computer to run it.
Too bad computers haven't been invested yet.
Invested?
Invested in. I don't have the
invested
money
in
to invest.
computers.
I'm living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a folderol?
What the fuck is folderol?
I don't know.
Wouldn't like to
God.
offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall.
I forgot that was an aspect of this game where it constantly makes me look up words.
Yeah.
Why don't you fetch it down, Joan? Let these good people see it properly.
Oh, that's her name, Joan.
Joan!
Oh
my God.
Dash it all, woman, be careful.
Scold! Oh, dearie me. I beg your pardon, sir.
Soul Rock, you scald! I can't believe it.
Oh no.
It's an egg move.
You jolly near took the skin off my hands.
I shall be more careful, sir, but hey, no foreskin off your dick.
I was circumcised, thank you very much. So anyway, there you have it, living the quiet life now.
Yes, I see.
Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap logic downstairs, is that right?
Yes, we would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us.
No, go away.
Only to please, naturally, especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Blighty. We've forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were.
One, because it's a Japanese guy who's being accused of murder, sure. Actually, not even murder yet. It's like assault, I think.
If I had a nickel for every time I've seen a Japanese guy get assaulted for something a white person did, I'd have probably 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice to
That
me.
happened twice.
Actually, 3 times.
Even had some famous detective poking around, you know, in this old house, would you believe?
Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business.
Oh, but you have a copy of Rant's magazine here, so...
No,
Wait a minute. Look at his eye.
Oh, a bit of red.
Can we see it? Oh.
I think he does have a burn on that side of his face.
He's scalded from the tea.
He scalded from his maid using Scald on him and getting a burn condition. It's like, what, a 30% chance to burn? Anyway, the chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak.
So he's in Joseki's room.
It sounds, it's very close to Giuseppe, which makes you think it's Italian.
Joseki Joestar, the second
Giuseppe.
Italian Joestar.
Oh.
It's a bally nuisance is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling.
About Mr. Natsume, then. It's so freaking hard to remember
Mr.
Joestar
Lunatone.
from Mr. Garrett Deb, please do tell us.
Yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week.
Oh, just 1 week? So he moved in very recently then? No, he moved in months ago. I only just started charging him recently.
I have two
I'm not even the
lodgers.
landlord.
I don't know why you're talking to me. My name's just on the building.
One on the ground floor and one just below us.
By the way, please don't tell the landlord I've been charging this guy to live here.
Oh God! Dash it all, Joe. Do be careful.
So it
Just
seems
want
like
to make sure the circumcision stuck.
Ew.
Oh my gosh.
So it seems like the maid has some nefarious intentions because she keeps doing that to like interrupt him when he's saying more than he should.
Either that or she's just actually really incompetent, which might explain why the place looks fucking awful.
Also that.
Maybe it's because she doesn't open her eyes when she's pouring tea.
That could do it. Adrian?
What? Oh my goodness, I'm terribly sorry, sir. I completely forgot that it was me. If you want to know my opinion,
I don't.
leave. I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him, which is unusual because usually I just look at the back of my eyelids.
Oh, why?
Because he was Japanese. Oh.
Oh god.
He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder when I was trying to stab him with the back. The man had shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I would know, I wrote it in Sharpie. I said to myself, Joe, that man is trouble. Sooner or later he's gonna do something untoward. Get rid of him now. The elder gods demand it. And they're rarely wrong about anything.
They demand a sacrifice.
We won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure.
Think again, bitch.
Yeah, she shows up.
Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all?
Yes, oh yes, indeed there was. I could swear there was something deeply unnatural about his presence. Something menacing.
I was trying to quickly come up with a joke of there's something deeply unsettling about his presence. They were wrapped up in this weird foil and they just made me feel not great. The bow tie was third dimensional at best. He's dying to tell us. Had you noticed anything else about your lodger, Mr. Joestar?
Oh my word, yes. The man was shadier than an orchard.
Could you elaborate?
No?
Wore a big hat!
Well, take the man's room. Absolutely stuffed full of books it is. All of dark ancient arcana. More than anyone could ever comprehend.
He's a
And he never
wizard.
so much as passes the time a day living with another soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call. He just trots off to that old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire and speak with Nyarlathotep. And the funny little man up in the shadows is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too, speaking to Nyarlathotep.
Oh, I see.
The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed around 9 each night. This will be important, remember these times. But I've never known that Japanese fall to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. Prime time for summoning eldritch entities.
2 in the morning.
Could you clarify something, I wonder?
Nope. What, pray? Pray? I don't believe in God. I believe in worse things.
How do you know so much about Mr.
Joestar's routine.
Joestar's routine.
Oh! Between you and me, I am Norlatep.
I understand.
Between
that
you and me,
neither-
I am Nyarlathotep.
Oh my god. That neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house, is that correct?
That's right, yes, they're both below us, the first floor and street level.
Then how is
Wait,
it that you
what?
know so much about the lives of your lodgers?
Is street level not first floor?
No, actually, going into... Yeah, you go to Ireland too, they don't actually call... They even have like a floor 0 or something there.
First floor is technically our second floor.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the second floor.
Yes.
No, it's floor 0 technically, or ground floor.
There's a floor when you walk into a building. That is
That's
the
floor
first
0.
floor.
1.
Floor 0.
It's not a 0 floor. You can't
is
have a
fine.
0 floor. Everything's a 0 floor until you go into a building, and then it's a 1 floor.
No, why would that? That doesn't make any sense, Zach. No.
How do these people control like 80% of the world when they think that the fucking second floor of a building is floor 1?
Well, you see, that's where they lost control and everyone else realized how dumb that is.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
reason why everyone... That's the
why we
reason
had a
everyone
revolution.
revolted.
That's why all of the British colonies started revolting. They were like, "That's stupid."
Yeah, that's the reason why and nothing else.
The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example, even the times they go to bed.
'Cause I'm a nosy bitch.
That is
No.
No! Good, great job. Be more careful, woman.
I'm not a woman. I'm an eldritch being beyond gender. I'm terribly sorry, sir.
Either way, you suck at pouring tea.
True.
Also, there's an enormous amount of tea in that one little teapot. Something doesn't
This
add
is
up
the
here.
teapot of portals.
With an infinite tea.
I don't know where it leads from, but where it leads to is the end of the spout.
The ocean of tea.
I like the tea portal. It seems that the incident took place around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out the window around that time?
The window.
Yes, we noticed that the window over there looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby?
Some Japanese fellow. Don't remember his name.
5 o'clock is dinner time in the Garadeb household. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan?
I see everything and nothing at all. No, sir, it would have been dusk outside already at that hour. And with the fog as well, I should think it would have been impossible to see the other side of the road unless you had eldritch eyes. Sight
Oh.
beyond vision.
I see. Like he's just like backing up slowly.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then?
Such as...
Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated.
Well...
Yes. Was there something then?
Well, it's nothing particularly significant, but at around that time, son of a bitch!
She's clearly doing this on purpose, actually.
Love of God, Joan, watch what you're doing!
Oh, dearie me! What have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir. I was staring at the back of my eyelids again to gain insight into the future.
Your future looks hot.
Ooh.
Oh, we get a front portrait of him.
Oh, he is like really. He
Oh,
is like really
God.
thin.
I bet that portrait will update once we see what the other side of face actually looks like.
Ooh, did we ever get to see what the victim looked like?
I don't think so.
Because I
Nope,
remember
not
them
yet.
saying that she was like a fat woman, right?
I don't know.
I don't know about fat, but I do
Because
remember
she's
woman.
clearly, like I'm saying, she's clearly pouring things at precise times by this point to try
To get him to
avoid
stop
certain
talking,
subject.
yeah.
For sure.
Because I'm wondering now if this whole case, because there isn't a murder yet. It's literally just like a assault essentially, and I'm wondering if there's some sort of cockamamie like insurance thing or like lawsuit thing going on here, where she's in on it and it's like her sister was playing possum the whole time in the hospital or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
Do be more careful, woman.
He has so much patience.
Of course. Wait, is this backstained with tea too? If I may, Mr. Darrow Hollow. Oh my god. Ugh.
Narrow hollow.
Yes.
I have an exceedingly good memory. It stretches back aeons, and as far as I remember,
She's got it a good enough memory, but
nothing of
forgets how
significance
his
has
name
taken
pronounced.
place.
Great. Good.
Well, you
Fair point,
see,
Saba.
Saba, that's not her memory being bad. That's her being racist. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, you gotta remember these things. Remember, we're in London. Well,
Not even a time period. We're in
This
London.
is the most passive-aggressive love letter to London I've ever seen.
there was a I was catching up on the most recent season of Archer recently, and there was a joke that they had in like episode 1 or 2 that was kind of funny, where long story short, there was like a counter spy who like stole the thing that they were trying to steal, and he ran away into like a crowd in London. And so they got called over the phone being like, hey, you need to go find this guy. Well, what does he look like? And he's like, I don't know, generic black guy. And they were like, oh, well, this is London. It should be super easy to find him. So they go to like the lookout point to like look across. And lo and behold, London is like diverse and like totally fine. And they were like, damn it, I was expecting this to be more racist. And they couldn't find him. It was kind of funny.
It is true. There are black people in London.
Oh, well, as I was saying, it was just a try of... Joan! Dash it, what is the matter with you, woman?
Oh,
Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened. Ever. Nothing has ever happened.
Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal. Joan?
That's right, Mr. Garadeb. Nothing has ever happened.
what's the matter with these two?
Sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening of the incident. But what?
I wish I knew.
She leans in. Nothing has ever happened in the history of anything.
What if
Nothing.
she's
There
like
is no war.
blackmailing him in
boxing
some
say.
kind of way? Like, what if she like caused his face to burn?
Maybe.
Honestly, you might be right.
Could you tell us which floor Mr. Joestar's room is on?
Why, certainly just below us on the first floor.
Oh, so you mean the one where we walked in through the front door?
No, the one right below us, not floor 0, floor 1.
He... Just gonna leave it. We don't have time. We don't have time to play this bit.
And Mr. Sholmes is investigating there even as we speak.
Yes, told me Natz's name had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key.
Mr. Joestar has engaged Mr. Sholmes' services?
Congratulations to them.
That's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we also had a look around? In Mr. Joestar's room, I mean?
Don't see why not. It's just one flight of stairs.
I
a single
just
flight of
realized I
stairs.
didn't actually update the title for the stream. It still says episode 9, not episode 10.
Sad days.
Shit.
Sad died.
I can't tell whether the pipe in the cup is supposed to look like a question mark or a periscope.
Might be a periscope.
It flavors my tobacco.
It flavors my tea, like tobacco.
Ooh.
It flavors my pipe like cup.
Who knows if we'll find anything that could help us with the case, but we have to try. We need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we?
Yes, and while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more.
I do want to check out one more thing. Are those mortar shells? They're enormous.
Oh, I hadn't noticed. What are they doing here?
Ah, those old things. Couple of little rounds I accidentally fired into the barracks during training, you know. Become a bit of a colorful regiment folklore, that incident.
You mean you deliberately hunted out the spent shells? I don't know if that's the sentence.
Well, I wouldn't say deliberately exactly. They're only scrap iron after all, usually just thrown away, I believe. But you never know when things might come in useful, do you?
Useful for what exactly?
Why did he say useful and not handy? Ugh, English people.
Yes, well. Joan here did manage to knock one of the bally things on my foot the other day while she was dusting.
I missed your call.
I missed your cup.
Hadn't shed a tear since 1869 before then, you know.
Nice.
Nice.
Maybe reconsider throwing them away. Maybe. All right.
No.
I just noticed that I didn't actually like click on the mortar shells, so I guess that's it. Anything else, please?
Time to visit the first floor.
God, I can't wait
Oh,
for
the window.
Oh.
The window.
I can't wait for it to be Zach, and then Saba, and then Grant for Herlock, so that I can just watch from my bed.
You're not taking out.
I am exhausted because I do have to go out, and then I had the longest wait I've had to do. I've had to wait for a bus in the last like 8 months because I had to wait like 45 minutes for a single bus.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
this bus is supposed to come like every 10 minutes.
Oh my.
Public transportation in America.
Dude, I love
be
it. That's a
like-
lot of books.
You know, when he said that he
And
was like a
pay
big
it.
literature guy, he wasn't lying.
Yeah.
Also, his
Cat.
window is bricks.
Yeah.
What? Just look
So
at
you
this
get a
place
nice view.
and smell it. It's so musty in here.
Dude, how would you feel if you had a house built and there was a really nice window, but then you found out that someone else had bought the land next to you and started building a brick mortar flush to your really nice window?
I don't know if the zoning laws work like that, but that'd be really funny.
In this imaginary London world, just imagine like your spiteful rival is like, I'll buy the house next to you so we can be neighbors, and I'll build my brick wall flush against all your east windows.
I suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that. Like, maybe instead of like building a wall that's completely flush with your wall, what if instead it was like a 2 planks of wood with a hinge at the top, where the idea is that when the police weren't looking, you could extend the plank of wood and it would hang down and just cover all of your windows on that side of your building, and then when you complain to the police, you would just whoop, bring it back and be like, I don't know, what do you mean?
That's some Ed, Ed, Netty bullshit. That's pretty good. Or Codename Next Door bullshit.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's for sure.
I don't think I've ever seen so many books in all my life.
That would be way better for characterization if she was just like wide-eyed, ... and she just goes, cat. Cat!
I feel like that might be a something, but that definitely would be a me thing if I was her and I walked in this room.
Cat.
God.
Cat.
No, me neither. Oh, sorry, this is me. It's so dark in here too. Is that the window over there?
Oh,
Well,
I
that
just
was me
noticed.
that time, but okay.
I just noticed the candle is there because normally light would be coming through that window.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was the window. I think, yes. What's up? Wait, sorry, was that your... Fuck!
Yeah, I
Yeah, it was
literally
Baba's
just said
line.
that first line was me, and he just
Sorry.
went with it. I was like, great, good. Let's keep moving.
But for some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. So this is where Mr. Joestar lives.
Wait, did someone get cask of Amontillado?
You'll
it's just
never
like-
get out of this building.
By the way,
It's cask of Amontillado, but instead of being in a cellar, he just pushes you out the window and then bricks up, but then you're just outside.
we haven't spotted
You
Mr.
stay
Cat
out of
anywhere,
here.
have you?
No, that's true. But according to Mr. Garrett, what Mr. Garrett told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating.
Sneaking up behind you.
She's under the cat.
Cat.
She's under
Cat.
the
Cat.
Oh,
Yes.
squish it.
Oh my god. Dude, what if it just
No.
walks
What?
up to you and...
Oh my! What an adorable little cat!
I don't like the animation of
gone now.
Susato, like, extending her arms and then clapping them together. I feel like it's like a basic, like, primal instinct, but when she opened her arms really wide and her, like, and her kimono made it so that way she looked really big, I was intimidated for a second.
Zach's bear instincts kicked in where someone's standing on their legs and making themselves look big scared him off.
I was like, ooh.
Oh, maybe you
I
got
was-
tossed
I wanted-
one too many times.
I wanted to say that I like the idea that the cat walks off screen and comes back on and it's clearly Herlock Sholmes in a big cat fursuit.
Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master is away.
I don't know about that. He disappeared into the pile of books as quick as a flash. It was a tricolor Mikey? What?
Mikey?
It's a tricolor Mikey.
Mikey?
What's up, Mikey?
Mikey's in here?
Hi, Mikey.
Mikey, if this cat speaks, you're voicing it.
In chat, who's not here, by the way. But do they
Sad.
even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain?
Perhaps Mr. Star brought the little creature with him from Japan.
That's made me feel homesick now.
Already? We've only been in the country for 2 days.
Yeah, think about what we went through. This is fucking
Holy
bullshit.
hey.
It has been 2 days.
Okay,
I
I,
was
think
gonna
we
say-
can kind of skip over this stuff, Zach. You know,
Oh, yeah,
or
you're
not
probably
just voice
right.
actor.
I feel because I was gonna say it's like that bit in Psychonauts 2 where it's like, wow, it's been a whole day since I've been here, where it's been like Stream has not spent just 2 days on this in London so far.
That's true. We're on
We
episode
have been
10,
in
so it's
London.
at least been 10 weeks minimum.
10 years.
I can't wait for us to turn the camera and it's like Herlock Sholmes hanging from the rafters.
Oh yeah.
He bursts out of the books.
I mean, like I said, I really want
yeah.
Herlock. I really want the cat to walk off screen and Herlock to come on screen in a big cat fursuit, and then when Herlock walks off screen, it's just the actual cat walks out, but it's him. Like for some like cartoon logic, like when he's far away, he just looks like an actual cat. But when he's close, it's just a guy in a fursuit.
That'd be terrifying.
That sounds like a nightmare.
How would you guys feel if? Because I know that Zach wears glasses. How would you guys feel if your eyesight was perfectly like good and actually really good, like you had very good eyesight, but when you were far away from something, it literally switched to a like rigid, low poly model version of itself?
Everything becomes like an LOD.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
in
I
actuality,
would
I
just
don't think
take
that would
that
really
as-
matter, right? Because it's far away. Why do I care?
Well, how far are we talking about far away?
Depends on
Like,
your
there's a-
render distance.
I was gonna say there's more than one level of LOD, or like it goes like more and more low poly the further away you get.
Yep,
Well, it depends.
change its
Certain, like,
settings.
you wouldn't be able to see, like, nature, like,
Exactly.
landscapes that well anymore. Which
Well, no,
I don't know.
you would instead of like far away things in the horizon, you have a skybox.
Oh my god.
Skybox.
The skybox, but it's actually just the atmosphere.
On the first night that we were back in New England for the trip last weekend,
No
it
one,
was
no one
very
had loaded in yet. Everyone was low poly.
well. You kinda. It was really shitty and drizzly, and I hated it. And I guess I'd call him Uncle Scott because they're married now. But Scott was also there, and he also hates New England because he's like, man, it really sucks here. And I'm like, yeah. But I was telling him like in old video games before they had like LOD technology and stuff like that, they would just throw up fucking fog when things were too far away so you couldn't see it.
Yes.
So like everything I thought, but fucking all of Massachusetts looked like that for an entire evening.
Massachusetts isn't ready to be rendered.
Well,
Silent Hills takes place in Massachusetts.
If you see all of Massachusetts, the world crashes.
yeah.
It has too much power.
Yeah.
Massachusetts. Oh my god, what a dystopian nightmare. What if the government was able to like extending the proposition I had earlier, what if the government doled out how far each place could render?
That'd be fucked.
That's a little terrifying.
You go to Idaho and things start getting low poly like 5 feet away from you.
Oh no.
Oh no. All the
There he is.
textures are
There he
stretched.
is.
He's just hanging out.
It's him.
You chilling?
Oh, he's just chilling. He's not doing anything wacky right now.
I sure hope nothing wacky or uncharacteristic happens.
It's not even him.
I
It's
had
like
a
a
stroke
double.
at the end of that.
Grant,
I was gonna say, are you okay, Grant?
Yeah, it was a bit
You
weird.
want to
there's-
take a minute before we switch to Herlock Sholmes?
Grant, if there's one thing I know the Ace Attorney series for, it's for their very grounded realism. I'm sure that this will be a very
Yeah.
reasonable, realistic interaction.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Ah, look, Mr. Naruto.
Where? Oh, okay, yeah.
I
Where?
zoomed it in for you. Now you can see, right?
That was you
I zoomed in
pushing
your
my head.
eyes.
That was you pushing my head forward.
I was gonna say, that's you grabbing the top and bottom of my eyelids and stretching them out really wide.
Well, you asked.
Ah, there he is.
Or actually, no, that's the opposite. That's you grabbing the top and bottom of my eyelid and like squinting them really, really hard.
He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book.
He seems to be
Yeah.
gross.
That's what I said. Yeah, I hope he doesn't mind if we disturb him.
He seems to be a gross bird.
Slimy.
Yeah.
Oh, not
Hello,
gross bird.
Mr. Sholmes.
What the fuck?
Instant transition.
You too. Instant transmission. I have that ability now. Good day. Now.
He's kind of doing the pose for it too.
Just. Let me see. Where was it that we met? I don't remember you two, I guess.
I mean that
It's been
seems...
like 6 weeks since we streamed this game.
well, to him it's been
so
a day.
long.
No.
But I think I'm gonna start season 2 tonight. I think I'm
Season two
gonna. I
of
think I'm
what?
gonna tell. I think I'm gonna tell my uncle that I'm not gonna be able to watch their dogs next weekend, and then I think I'm gonna start watching
Season 2 of what?
of Instant Transmission.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, we were together on the SS. Booyah.
Yes, of course. The booty.
What's he from?
It's fucking God. I can't remember. It's a spinning uppercut move in some fucking video game where he goes, "It's Booyah." It might be Punch Out Wii actually.
And let me
I think
see.
anyone says that. No, whatever. It's not important.
What happened on that voyage?
What happened?
It was Kazuma Sogi. He died tragically. But you were a great help to us.
That's right, you should be behind bars. Ah, yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Asogi.
He put you in handcuffs.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, look
It was
down
the
at
one
your
with the-
wrists.
It was one with the snake, wasn't it?
It did have a snake.
Technically.
Well, you seem to remember something of it at least. Man, they really need to stop having me talk while fucking ancient Maya moves. It's really fucking annoying.
What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Herlock Sholmes.
Oh no.
You know, I actually might be remembered vaguely by Danny Sexbang and Ninja Brian because I saw them outside of the concert hall when I went to one of their concerts, and I didn't go up to them or anything, and they probably saw me in their peripheral and then left or went inside to prepare.
So you're like a figment of their imagination, almost like
You're
a
I'm a
curse.
blurry figure in the peripheral of their pre-concert prep
To
of
them,
them
you're a little
arriving
bit
at
low
the
poly.
stage.
You
I
were
was
low
low
poly.
Yeah, it was my LOD model.
Damn, that's so embarrassing.
Go rapping,
I'm low poly.
looping
will
back.
say-
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, I will say that the reason I didn't go up to them, part of it anyways, is because there were already like a bunch of like other kids slightly younger than me who would, and I was in college at the time. This was in college, so younger than me, so probably in like high school, late high school, who like all had like big NSP costumes or like merch shirts and also like bright dyed hair and looked terminally online that were already trying to mob them. And they already had like a guard, a security guy kind of being like, all right guys, step back, they're just walking in, they're not signing anything right now. So that's part of why I didn't approach them. So those guys are in high, those guys that got their full models up to them, but me, I was like maybe like 50 feet away at a stopwalk looking. I was like, oh, that's nice. I saw them.
Damn, but you were low poly.
You were low poly
Yeah.
at the time.
That's so embarrassing.
I wanted
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
I wanted to briefly loop back into a different thing that Adrian proposed. The idea of the government saying like what your LOD is in certain regions, essentially, like being like how much detail you can get. You guys remember that movie? I can't remember the name of it, but it was everybody
Like
had
Adam Sandler.
no, but it was a shitty like sci-fi-ish movie where time was like a currency, and so you had like you
Like
had
with Adam Sandler.
shut up.
Sandler.
You had like a tattoo on your arm that showed you like how like exactly to the second when you would die, and that was like your currency that you got for being born, and you would like buy and sell and stuff like that. And it was this whole movie about, you know, inequality and stuff like that, because there were rich people who would literally live for millions of years while there were other people that were living literally 20 minutes at a time. What if you did that same premise again, but it's polygons? It's like an animated movie, and so the poorer you are, the less polygons you have. So there's like some people who are walking around the street as like 16 polygons, and they just look like horrible triangle monsters. And then there are like ultra rich people that have like billions of triangles, and they're just fucking killing the server, moving around, but they're like, fuck you.
They like sap the detail from things around them because the engine has to render a lot harder.
Like that would actually be kind of funny. I think a little
The protagonist
meta.
the protagonist would have to be just a single polygon cube.
That would be 6
Okay.
polygons.
Oh right, because
It'd be a
Whatever.
plane.
They'd have to be a single
There you
plane.
go.
They'd have to be a single plane with some sort of
No, it-
JPEG on it.
It would be a single pixel. It'd be a single vertex.
A single vertex.
Just the point. Oh no, my dear madame. Hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic.
You're Phoenix
what
Wright,
we're
and you're
inside.
Maya Fey.
Yeah.
In the they're locked up in the bathroom of Maya.
This is Naruto.
Oh my god.
And Mr. Susato.
To be fair, he's obviously wrong, but not bad for actually remembering the names. Just
Yeah.
like forgetting who's who. Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes.
I lose the first round.
Correct.
Frank.
Bang.
No feel no fear.
Mistake.
In truth, I had hoped you I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London.
That's fun to say.
Baker Street suite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds like Bake A Sweet Street.
Oh. Delicious. But some
Baker's
Scotland
Street.
Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes.
So they apprehended Joseki-san in that short of an amount of time?
Hell yeah.
I'm afraid I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little.
He literally, new information literally pushes old information out of his mind.
Yeah. It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can distend to any extent.
One's brain, the bathroom of their mind.
The bathroom of my mind. I do my
The
best
toilet
to
of
forget.
his mind is overflowing. His cup runneth over. And he does not have a mind plunger of any sort.
Oh no.
Peas. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out the useful ones.
Lest they should clog the toilet of my mind.
Lest they should clog the toilet. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable?
Inimitable wisdom,
Is that
yeah.
right? Yeah, okay. Inimitable wisdom, you know. From an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet.
Please, there's no need to quote yourself.
Did you mute Adrian?
Is he gonna
I don't
behave?
always I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate pens them beautifully.
He means Iris, I suppose.
Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about this trivial case you just mentioned.
Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madame, I should be only too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't
Now
want
I'm just gonna look at you.
I don't want to talk to this man.
You gotta. But Zach, how are you gonna get the cool course correction sequence if you don't talk to him?
The
Remember
hell?
that? That was a mechanic that you enjoyed.
No, I know,
Yeah.
and I do enjoy it. Sorry, I just clicked over to the stream community page to see what the announcement looked like, and the announcement, like it has like a preview image. Can someone else look at the community page and tell me what their preview image looks like?
What does it look like for you?
So for me, it's literally what we just saw of Herlock Sholmes pointing his finger off to the left. Or right, rather.
He's pointing at you.
Is that what...
Pointing at
I'm
me.
asking, does anybody else see that?
I
I'm
believe I see
looking at
Susato
meeting.
in the middle of the street.
Where's the community thing? Is it on Discord or Twitch?
It's a Discord, you're in it. It's the Discord community that we made that has like the picture of the cat vibrating.
Right. So just a preview of the stream link?
So when you look at announcements, there should be one. So it should be the most recent post by Oboborg. Saba, you said it looks like Susato standing in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
that for me too.
Yeah,
Wow, that's interesting. Okay,
same here.
because for me it looks like this, and I was
Zach
wondering
is-
if I was going crazy.
Zach is privileged and he gets to see the more updated version because he's the stream manager or whatever the title is.
Stream manager.
Ooh.
He's
Anyway.
doing the pose.
Okay. I was gonna make a P stream joke, but I thought against it.
Peace dream.
We know this used to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Joseki Joestar. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes. For the stabbing of it. Oh, right, it was a stabbing. For the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road.
Joestar. Yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines.
But Mr. Joestar denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little?
I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean.
What?
I can't believe he was looking Susato-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance.
I assure you, I am not merely feigning ignorance.
How did he
That's
do
right,
that?
I'm in your mind attic. I'm in your mind bathroom too. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension.
Grant's words, not mine.
I'm going to mute everybody, and by that I mean just end the stream.
I will say that thinking about that made me think of like my brain raced to like, oh, JoJo reference, and then what if it was like Herlock was like, but his JoJo ore was no match for my gun, and then I was like, we should make a second tier list where instead of the 4 of us, it's just one of us with a handgun versus all the JoJo characters again.
But there's a bunch of JoJo characters that have handguns.
Well, then we would lose
Yeah,
against
but
them
then we
probably.
outshoot them.
And also, why do you want to do another JoJo tier list? Is there not other tier lists you want to do?
I didn't
JoJo's
actually
fun.
really want to. It's just what my brain thought of.
Okay.
My brain is a separate entity from my conscious.
Everybody likes the JoJo, except for me, apparently.
And Adrian.
Join us.
I'm not even that into it. I just think it's funny.
The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request to me, and I quote verbatim. Get out of my house. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene.
And I quote verbatim, 300 feet, Mr. Sholmes. That's what the court said. Stay away
I was
from
gonna
me.
say, I was trying to think of how many inches a yard was, but I couldn't remember.
It
It's
needs to be
12
a
times 3.
Scotland
It's
Yard
36.
away.
It's 36 inches. A Scotland
Oh.
Yard away. That's pretty good.
Why is it? Never mind.
A yard is
I was gonna ask
3
a really
feet.
dumb question. No, I was gonna ask why it's called Scotland Yard, but then I remembered yard is a word that doesn't just mean measurement.
It also means like area of land. Yeah.
Place.
I forgot about that. I was like, why is Scotland using the imperial system? What a bunch of idiots.
What
Not
a
like
bunch
any
of
other country would use
imperialists.
unless they were real dumb.
There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there is a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question.
Why
So
would the
you don't
proprietor
think
know
Mr.
where he
Natsume?
lives?
Sorry.
Why would the proprietor know where, like, he's like, alright, here are your books, sir. Also, where do you live? Like, why would the
Also,
proprietor
what's
know
your
that?
address?
Maybe the implication
Typically
is that they
true.
mail it to him every once in a while.
Oh, maybe that's a good, yeah, that's a good point.
That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here.
They kept quitting, so I had to
I kept
hire new
quitting.
people.
My turnaround rate is insane.
See,
But-
and he just starts spinning like
I
a
was
top.
gonna say, as he's not heard, was like, but I thought you worked alone. Exactly.
Exactly. No one will come with me. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books. I found myself quite lost in what bibliophile? What?
I guess that's love of books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bibliophile is someone who loves books.
Is that me? Is that
Bibliophile.
does that word apply?
If you
I
like,
guess so.
if you really like reading,
that on
then
my
yes, you are a
resume.
bibliophile.
I don't think you should put that on your resume.
Yeah, not the way that was supposed.
That's something you put on a fucking dating profile, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Do not
like
be
color,
deceived.
it's like
you
colorfile.
put that on your dating profile, and suddenly a bunch of like fucking fictional characters like Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn start showing up, being like, "Hey."
Oh no.
It's like when you put colorfile in your profile.
What's that?
Love of clowns.
Oh god.
And then
Do
there's
not be deceived into-
colorophobia.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No, no, no. I'm
Oh,
stressed
dear.
constantly.
Chlorophobia is fear of public pools.
I was gonna say, I thought it was gonna be fear of plants.
Chloroform,
sorry.
that makes sense
No,
too.
that-
Fear specifically plants making energy for themselves.
I did say this. No.
Ugh.
is just under everyone else's voice, but I am there.
Ah, tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings?
Yes, Mr. Lunatone, a retired military man.
It was the first time I'd ever met a soldier from the great British institution that is the services.
And it was the first time I ever met a maid from the great great British institution that is service.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
Funny joke.
I didn't think it was that funny.
I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid.
Guess Phil apologized to that pog.
Holy shit.
Wow. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer.
That's a good movie.
And so conversely,
The Great British Primer is my favorite bookmaking
Paint.
show.
oh. Whether or not the household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein.
I like Grant's joke of the Great British Primer being your initial coat of paint.
Yeah.
It's a competition where they have to paint really hard.
That's pretty good.
Really?
And then you lose all your paint.
And then there's an old guy and he cries.
Betoken their social standing? Sorry?
The elbow token?
Bobo token? Put simply, my dear fellow,
What's him?
those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family.
Sabi, remember how you were being like, maybe he's being blackmailed?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he is, in theory, being blackmailed because she threatens to quit, which means he would be lower class instead of middle class.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Goodness, how extraordinary.
As you can appreciate.
Wait,
for
hold
those
on
on the
one second.
precarious
Sorry,
means-
Saba, say that word again?
Extraordinary?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, never mind, sorry.
You usually say it as extraordinary.
Yeah, I never really thought about it being extraordinary.
Yeah, that's how you enunciate it, but all the
Yeah.
cool kids say it, just slur it together.
Extraordinary? Extraordinary?
Well, I'm
I
not
don't know.
criticizing
Both ways
Saba.
seem-
I'm not
No,
criticizing
I know,
Saba
both
for
ways
how she
seem
was
okay.
saying it, but it was just like Saba
Yeah.
said it, and my brain was like, "There's a space in there that shouldn't be there," but there wasn't, obviously. Anyway,
As you can appreciate, okay, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance.
wait, within canon, you were Sherlock Holmes was talking, and Ryu goes, "Wait, say that again." I had no idea.
And it is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs. Specifically, in the retired Army veteran, Mr. John Garadab.
You know what I want
Oh?
to see? I want to see a sprite of Herlock doing his like little dancing fisticuffs pose, and his rival Inspector doing a similar thing against him, and I want them both to be on screen facing each other.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That'd be pretty good.
Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am yet unable to ascertain.
I'm thoroughly lost on what he means to say.
This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow.
It's thoroughly sus.
Thoroughly sus. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab someone sooner or later. Well, just might stab the nearest person.
I pull
Come here.
Susato in front of me.
She does this is how to take down, puts you in front of her.
Oh. Ah, but sooner or later, as I said.
I don't believe that's the issue here.
About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea?
I put
Heating
that up.
costs!
No window.
Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there is a window of sorts.
What if it's just like they didn't paint over that area, and then instead of painting over, they just made a window-like frame around it?
Well, you can look at the plaster on the wall up near the top. You can see that the wall continues almost seamlessly.
Do you guys not know about like these windows and stuff? It's also something a little bit I learned.
I've heard about windows before, Saba. I'm not a fool.
Yeah, Saba, what do you think I run my PC on?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, you'll never know.
Are you just not going to tell us?
I don't know. Are you actually interested?
Well, now I'm not.
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I didn't know if there's actually a thing there or not. I thought you were just saying in general that they exist.
No, like
No, the
okay.
windows like that. Why they put
certain
them right, I
buildings
guess.
and like in Ireland, like its most famous like bank. What happened is that they actually used to tax windows when you started going like higher stories. So technically, their first story / our second story, they would tax those windows. So what happened is the building actually would like they built it to have like the divots before they had the windows, but in order to like not have to pay that tax, they just didn't build the windows.
Oh, so maybe he is hurting for money.
Or it's just like the building itself, whoever built the building. But yeah,
I was say that might be
is
that.
interesting.
Shrooms probably is going to explain this to us like right now. Either way, it's really cool that you actually already knew that. But maybe this is more evidence of Garridev is actually piss poor.
maybe.
Oh my.
He pissed in the pour?
I mean, he wasn't
Well, I mean,
very.
to not even be able to have a window seems like,
Also, what the fuck are you
fuck's sakes,
talking
that
about
made me spit.
window tax? That sounds bullshit. We should have a
There have been-
revolution.
he's legit.
There have been
Pretty-
dumber things people have been taxed for, but yeah.
T. Anyways. I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Yeah, what Saba said.
Window.
Oh my gosh, I was right.
Window
Wow.
tax? What the fuck is that?
Rewind
and
this
then
video like 30
Susano.
seconds.
Oh, I thought Susano was gonna explain it and be like, ah.
Surely not a tax on windows. Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
Just roll it back and listen to Saba's explanation.
It's almost like Saba actually has insightful and useful things to say if we don't cut her off all the time.
Who?
I know, right? So this was also by the number of their windows.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, we could probably just... Those illustrious means have inherited sizable, costly, blah, blah.
Well, that's actually kind of interesting. The idea of you inherit a big home. More
Yeah, there's
expensive.
like a bigger tax. Yep.
There and everywhere.
Curry.
No!
Curry? Lawrence.
Curry. Curry flavored.
Yeah.
Curry flavored window. Delicious.
What? What are the bricks?
Or
Curry
And
bricks?
just forcing people
Yeah.
in without rooms of light. Yeah.
Indeed, disease was rife as a result. So, some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. Well, okay, so it's not a thing anymore.
So this is just an old building.
But its legacy remains, as you can see, in
Yeah.
squalid lodgings such as these, for example. Okay.
Squalid was my favorite Final Fantasy character. I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
what's his
Leon
name?
was my favorite Kingdom Hearts character, so.
Stipend?
Leon.
Oh.
They changed Squall's name to Leon for no reason in or in Kingdom Hearts.
'Cause
Why?
he's cool.
I just told you for no reason.
Well,
For
why?
no reason. It's cool. Squall's lame.
Squall's name was too cool, so they changed it to Leon.
Yeah.
They had to balance out the cool.
Yeah.
And discover that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinary low price.
Because the room is so awful, I should think.
Apparently, Mr. Naruto. The fucking what?
That's you.
It's me! Apparently,
Oh, yeah,
Mr.
that's
Names we keep
Joestar.
coming up for biting us in the ass.
Apparently, Mr. Joestar only moved in here about 1 week ago.
Remember back in
Yeah, it's
the
been-
H20 trilogy where we actually called people by their names?
No. Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation.
Oh?
Still, that is of little relevance here, a matter not worthy of further attention.
Are you sure? I'm curious now.
If you say something's not important in A's attorney, it's going to be important.
Yeah. Well, I believe I've told you all I can now.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, yes, Mr. Naruto. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law?
I am, I think, at this point.
A
I think
prosecutor,
so.
yes? No,
Will you perhaps
judge.
be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder?
Jury?
To the occupant of this room, Mr. Joestar, was it?
Bailiff?
Bailiff?
Stenographer? Just guessing every
I'm-
single title that's not defense.
I'm not sure.
Not sure. On what grounds?
Civil
The
lawyer?
ground we're standing on, because it's at the first floor. Well,
no,
I
this is
actually...
the first floor, you see.
Ground zero.
No, Ground Zero is something very different.
That's
Oh.
my favorite Metal Gear game.
Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday.
Ground is how I prefer my spices.
Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly too.
And that Ground was talking about my spice joke.
Congratulations, Adrian. Dude, you know what, Adrian? That was great. Give me some skin
Thanks,
on that.
man. Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, is it really? It's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? To trust in their innocence?
Yes.
Wasn't this Phoenix Arc in 2?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think that was 2. Mr.
2 is the one
Sholmes.
where the lady killed herself and it was really upsetting.
No, she tried to kill herself. It's different.
No, there was a lady who killed herself, and then the next lady almost killed herself.
Adrian almost killed herself.
Yeah, and then Adrian's mentor actually killed herself.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he?
What's his name?
Sorry, Joestar.
My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea.
Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate?
I just like
Ah,
books.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was
that's basically.
indeed
I just
my
came here for the book collection.
initial intention, but there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them.
Oh, I
Wow.
see.
Nevertheless, there are 2 facts that I can state quite unequivocally.
Why do I feel like he can't read?
The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and
I mean, we do know that he can read because he was able to read Cyrillic word for wardrobe.
What if he can't read English, but he can read
English.
Cyrillic?
There are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. Ah, and one more thing. Your Jordans are fake.
Oh,
I like your
Oh,
cut, G.
what is in Mr. Shum's palace?
Looking real sussy baka there.
oh.
I
I'm back.
cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the
Watch
retired
this.
army who owns
God.
this property is hiding something.
Naruto, watch this. I'm about to do a heinous lick on these books.
God. Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case.
Sorry, no, a devious lick. My bad.
Devious lick.
God,
Mr. Naruto. As yet, our investigations have uncovered nothing that can help establish Mr. Joestar's innocence.
No, you're right. Perhaps this time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Garadeb's secret.
His poor lap. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruto.
Have you guys heard of the devious lick trend?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it means, though. Or what's the definition.
Or
I read
what
this
it
as
is.
busty, man.
No.
So devious lick is literally just people on TikTok stealing school property.
Oh,
Oh man.
it,
It's
it
stuff
had a
like
name?
the trend is like the more expensive, the more devious it is. We're like scored a devious lick on the school's AC unit.
I don't know it had a
Well,
name. I
that's
just knew
great.
that schools were getting robbed left and
That's
right.
what it's called. It's called a
That I
devious
know.
lick. Which
Fuck, it's stupid.
That's annoying, yeah.
Which, by the way, not even the kids at the school that I'm at, they use the term, but they don't use it correctly. I know the term more correctly than they do.
You're more hip than they are.
Yeah.
I'm more hip than these. Is it me who's disconnected with the kids? No. No, it's them who's disconnected with the culture.
Rings a vague bell. Ringing the vague, ringing. Don't talk about his Adam's apple. Ringing the vague bell sounds like a thing that you would do in Dark Souls.
Well, now I gotta talk about the Adam's apple. I don't know what you were referencing.
When he sip.
Oh.
The big sip.
Is she gonna do it
That's
right
how you
this
know
time?
He the throat goat.
For the umpteenth time.
This
We
poor
won't,
man.
we won't know if he's a throat goat until we see some glizzies go down there.
Oh yeah.
By the way, glizzy is the worst term I've ever heard of for the most innocuous thing I could think of.
A hot dog.
You don't think he's a glizzy guzzler?
I hope not.
Hmm.
I don't know what the term
I might
means,
just
but
deafen
it doesn't
myself.
sound pleasant.
Hey
Glizzy
Lawrence,
means
do,
hot
hey
dog.
Lawrence, do you want to go
It's a
to a
hot dog.
different audio channel real quick?
No,
Right?
I'm committed here.
I want to escape.
No.
Well, I'm curious.
I gotta find the throat goat picture of
Don't.
Obama.
No.
I gotta find Obama throat goat.
What an odd sounding phrase.
Listen. Obama is the throat goat, but then
No.
Oh my god.
and there's also one of
the
Biden.
dude in the background, super blurry, but he's clearly seeing it.
The glizzy gulper.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god. What a time to be alive.
I'm just saying. Oh yeah. I'm just saying, you know.
You're just saying what everyone's thinking.
Yeah, I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. I think Gyarados could be the throat goat.
Glizzy gulper.
What the fuck?
What is he? Oh shit, he's gonna
He's
jump.
just here
Played a
now?
deuce behind that chair.
Look at Susanoo just kind of looking
Mr.
at him.
Storms?
Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows.
It's been
It has been
2
3 minutes. Yeah.
Good gracious, when did you sneak in here?
Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service.
When did you turn into an anime boy?
I've always been like this.
Since when wasn't he an anime boy?
Made.
Oh, sorry.
Adrian.
Whatever were you doing by the window?
I'm given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madame. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up there. Huh. Well,
Keeping an eye on one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering.
and one other thing, Mr. Naruto.
Look at your
Oh.
wrists.
Look at
Look at your wrists. I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind.
Beautiful mind.
Wait, he's not
Is
talking
he?
about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon.
Soon.
Let's go.
Mr. Jones?
There is a mighty secret in this modest room. Okay.
Sorry.
I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruto?
I think so, sir.
There's a lot of dangerous items in this room that if we start spinning around and waltzing around, I might hit or activate.
There's just enough time for me to leave. I've got to go. Goodbye.
Ah!
No.
Goodbye, Grant.
Later.
Hey.
What a great lead. Really.
All right, Lawrence, you're up.
Yeah, Lawrence, you
Aw.
haven't said anything
Back
at all
up.
so
You-
far. So.
You don't have a voice in this yet.
This is just time enough for my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark.
That's fine.
It's just Lawrence. So yeah,
Listen,
it's pretty
man.
okay.
I'm only sub Sherlock, so
Sublock.
Mr. Garadeb. Though it may seem you are a military man of considerable distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate.
Oh, this is also Grant. What was
Should I
it?
do
It was.
both of them?
Mm,
Kind of easily.
It was
If-
like a little nasally, like just
if you
barely,
want,
but
to try to
perfectly.
do both, sure. If not, I can try to take care of
Oh
it.
shit.
Or Saba could do
Ah.
it even.
Saba, do you feel
No,
like you
my
want to do a
voice-
lunatone?
My voice is a bit tired after the VA stuff I had to do before.
Oh, okay.
My
So I'll
voice is
try, I
tired from
guess.
having to do Goblin.
You
That
literally
was
gave
all
yourself
that.
that excuse. You imposed it on
Yeah.
yourself.
We played the long game.
Um,
He did that way early on.
This is speculation of stream.
This is speculation. There is no evidence of this.
There is
Strike
stream
it from the
speculation.
record immediately.
I'm gonna go clip it right now.
It's
now.
like is
In
that
what
how many
stream,
times?
Saba?
I'm
It's already
going.
been deleted.
How many times has Zach
Fine.
gotten mad at characters in Ace Attorney for saying that what we're doing is conjecture and speculation? And now he's pulling the same thing.
That's conjecture.
Unless I have evidence to back it up. Let's see the court record, profiles of evidence.
Oh shit, we never recorded it. No.
Oh no. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements.
I beg your pardon.
Your pardon?
What?
know.
What's coming out?
It's
The fuss is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care.
That animal that is stuck in that meat's
And-
cheeks.
Yeah. And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you.
That cat did something?
Indeed.
Mr.
He's just-
Naruto, look!
He's just a villager.
The old man's broken into a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholm's conclusions are both spot on.
How can you possibly?
You sound like some Mario character.
It's just a
There's like
villager.
one of them.
I'm not gonna try to imitate Grant's perfect voice. I'm just do a villager.
Yeah. How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts.
He's Ben Shapiroing.
Oh shit.
And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So,
Timed.
timed. So, shall we begin? dance. Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
God, Ben Shapiro is creaming his jeans right now.
Let's go!
Logic and reason.
I'm gonna kick
game
your
is
ass.
afoot.
Logic and reason.
The game is
Topic
an arm.
1. Nature of the beast.
And I am the king of the beast, in case you didn't remember. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see. Oh, that a fearsome beast has been on rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take?
He looked away.
Get this! For a man with military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid.
Or should I say I?
Your furtive glance, Mr. Garadib, leads us directly to your answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue.
When you say the word, it transmogrifies into a true giant lion.
You must only see the magic words. Yes, to an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that is fueled by our admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts, that is me.
Well, what is people like here? Well,
In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact.
I literally just realized that I haven't been recording this at all.
Wait, really?
Who's that?
We've been
Yeah, that's
streaming, not recording.
That's fine. You can see the VOD probably.
Luckily, we can like.
Well, the VOD is
save
gonna
it.
have all of the stream content all over it, like the chat and the whatnot. It's fine, whatever. Not like I'm ever gonna get around to editing this anyway.
That you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house.
Oh, look at-
Ah!
wait, it's a slap.
Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of the wild rampage are still very much in evidence.
I'm wondering what the animal is.
Isn't it the cat?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was here.
Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame?
Bub!
Whoa!
Me?
Love the cheeks jiggle physics when she made that animation.
I really appreciate that the jiggle physics are on this lady's fat cheeks and not where you would typically expect
not
to
her
find them
fat
in an
cheeks.
anime, and not where you would typically expect to see them in an anime game.
They're on her fat cheeks and not her fat cheeks.
Yeah.
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me that with one glance in your direction...
You're fucking fat. No.
Oh my god!
It is?
Oh, I thought we were cutting to her ass for a second.
From your fat cheeks to your other fat cheeks. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Protruding from it is a handbill of protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show.
Oh.
Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garadeb. At Batty's Circus, a traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park, I have
Batty's
observed
Circus.
the tents. Circus. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe.
Well, I most certainly did not.
I
I
most
think it
certainly did
How
not.
is a lion?
I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire.
Ah, jubilantly.
The nature
he's
of the
always
beast.
gonna be wrong. I
Conclusion:
assume, right?
a rampaging beast Our rampaging lion. Sorry. Topic 2.
Rampaging
The aftermath.
Asiatic lion,
The
I
aftermath.
guess.
Asiatic, yeah.
You gotta help
now,
me.
Now, Mr. Garadeb. It is plainly clear that you have deep feelings for this formidable beast.
I don't like those implications.
How do you feel about that? Indeed, in this blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Oh, is that why there's a hand mark on him? Because he's just resting his face on it.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage.
Is it visage or visage?
Either or.
Oh, visage.
I think it's a lever, lever, tomato, tomato situation.
Okay.
Face was.
But what, we must now ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer.
The direction of your gaze, and they're all going to like a bar.
Yes, it is the pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for your payment.
Oh.
Ooh, classes on. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on your financial circumstances for your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go.
Yeah, wow.
Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. That's right.
Use
Yeah,
flamethrower.
Yeah.
Arcanine used flamethrower.
It was a pyroar.
The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dearie me.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst?
Stop looking at it, you idiot!
I
If
just
you want to
noticed
get away,
they
What?
both have the tick of putting their hand on their right cheek.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh, this
Lawrence.
time, madame, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed, you fool.
The cake.
Yes, to explain the desire of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake?
Wasn't she a French woman?
Yes.
French,
Okay.
whatever her name was.
Marie Antoinette.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact.
Probably not.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey.
Why did you say it like that?
Having tired?
No, you said having tired the taste of cake.
Cake. I don't know, because that tired kind of threw me off.
You were
I thought,
you were knocked
Yeah,
off
I
kilter by tired, so you said cake.
like, because I didn't know if he was trying to say he tried a taste of cake, and I thought that made sense to my ears, but it was tired, so I had to take a double take. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Locked in a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet.
What the fuck are you talking talking about?
You heard me correctly. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India.
Wow.
Conclusion: carpet gnawed on by the starving lion. What?
I was gonna say, I would imagine the whoever readings, I'd be like, conclusion: carpet gnawed on by the starving lion. Like,
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle.
All right, time for a course correction. Look at
So
her
like I
face.
said,
dude, he's
always
pogging.
wrong.
You pog.
Oh no.
Well, bye, Mr. Good. I'm afraid I don't notice.
My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too.
Bow.
Bow.
Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation?
Or 4.
No. Why, certainly, Mr. Naruto. Well, your
Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could fit inside a room of this size?
Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realm of common sense.
But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well?
Not at all.
But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrett and his maid would have been hurt or worse.
Ah, that's where you're stuck.
I read that wrong. I'm a little tired, and I thought
That's
he
where
said,
you're stuck.
"Yeah, no, and that's where you suck."
No doubt the former military man held his
Or
own against the
near.
beast using that large cannon.
What the fuck? What are you talking about? That's the line read, by the way.
And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea.
Oh, it's a British lion.
Ah, yeah, the Asiatic British lion. Haven't you heard? Ah, my dear dear Miss Susato, it occurs to me with some regularity.
Don't you normally have to have an inhaler for an Asiatic lion? All right, that joke didn't go over well. It's
No,
fine.
I was trying to think of something that also started with A that I could be like, no, it's an asymptotic line. It's a line that's two parabolas that don't never meet.
The lion. Pretty good.
Also, my stream just blacked out. Hang on.
Oh, that irrespective of race and
There we go.
breeding, whenever
Fixed.
anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste of afternoon tea. What the fuck are you
Oh.
talking about?
What a glorious notion! Well then, Mr. Naruto, it's your turn to shine again.
I had a feeling that was coming.
A slight massage, that's all Mr. Sholmes' deduction needs. You can do it.
Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruto.
He's clearly doing this on purpose to us, right?
I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. I think he's purposely being less focused with the assumption that will help him, but I also think he is a little scatterbrained.
That's true.
We don't
Okay.
even know
Little-
yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Joestar's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. Let's do something fucking cool. At least that's what I want to believe. Oh shit, I'm
And
already
also,
having a
I
crisis.
want to do some cool anime poses.
Yeah.
Let us start from the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes, logic and reasoning spectacular.
Meanwhile, the maid and what's his face just like, do we really have to be here for this?
Course
really have to do
correction!
this again?
Hold it, Sholmes! Returning to topic 1, nature of the beast. Rampage delay within the
Beast
4
of
walls. Faced with the question, what form might the beast take?
And then he says lion.
He says lion, which is obviously wrong, and I'm assuming he's looking at the medal. Because remember the maid prevented us from like looking at it.
Right.
Is the maid actually the soldier?
That'd be fucking sick if she was.
I don't know if they had women in the military back then.
She's actually wearing a false face.
False face.
Oh god.
Something with a very fierce nature, but it couldn't have been a lion transporter from India. So was it then? Follow Garadeb's gaze. Lead us to the true answer.
Hang on, why couldn't it have been a lion, huh, Ryunosuke?
Ooh.
Oh, it's the thing behind the thing.
Oh. Is that it's a wedding, right?
It's
It
a
looks
little
like it.
dog. Maybe it's a no. I think it. No, I guess you're right. I guess it is a wedding, but it's fucking shattered. What the hell is that?
Is he married
The
to
woman's
his maid?
face is
It
that
might
I was
be-
gonna say, is that his wife?
It might be the
It
maid.
is. I think it is.
Oh,
yeah,
that
it
is the
looks like
maid.
it.
Look, she's
Did they
fat.
have an affair? What happened? I don't
I was gonna
get it.
say, yeah, she's short too.
Here's to be Garadeb's wedding. a beast, a terrifying, horrifying beast.
Oh no.
God, it's a fucking boomer hate wife thing.
Well, let's see. Lord's face. What would happen? I mean, we could take the photograph out. That's how picture frames work.
Nah, it's stuck there.
What
True
if
nature of the
whatever?
beast
What if whatever
blinds
fractured that photograph also damaged the photo underneath it? I want them.
it. Maybe.
I think that
Take
would
that.
be easy. I think it'd be a reasonable assumption.
Sub, are you okay? What happened to your mic?
I don't know what happened to my
Oh, never mind. You're fine. Sorry. When you were just talking, look at the little smirk on his face. When you were just talking, it sounded like you were underwater again.
Yikes! I'm drowning.
Oh no.
Precisely,
Oh,
Mr.
no.
Nawahudo.
Yes.
Frame
This.
picture of your wife. Okay, their face is obscured.
Who could it be?
We can still make out her mighty
mighty
arms.
The
considerable horsepower.
they contain.
Ow, ow.
Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast.
Dude, I want her to flex her muscles and then just rips the maid costume apart and she's like jacked.
So, once again, coming to what we kind of had said before of like the idea of like a pseudo blackmail. What if that's actually his wife who's posing as a maid in an agreement, so that way it seems like he's higher class than they actually are, and the reason why she's like destroying stuff and constantly burning him is she's like a really headstrong, like, what are you doing, you stupid man?
Abusive woman?
Perhaps.
Honored might be stretching a point.
I do love that like strained look where you can see his like eye bags. It's very good.
Too late. The fact remains that the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Garadeb.
In his face.
Brr.
Wait, so did Sherlock
was
just
a
call him?
handprint.
Did Sherlock just call his wife a beast?
Yes.
Holy shit! Dude.
That's what we've been leading up to.
Her arms and her slaps. Yes, I would agree.
The chilling traces of a wild rampage still very much evidence. Well,
Maid.
yet as we look around, the
Yes.
beast in question fails to present itself. Notice how the camera is like centered on her. There you go.
So she's
Me.
right.
You're the unsure resident.
Okay.
Right, and this is wrong. She goes like, huh?
The dress pocket. It's her big, giant biceps that are filled with muscles.
Yeah.
Clearly, you, Susato, could like take down someone. Okay, you shouldn't judge based
That's
off
assault, Saba.
Doesn't matter. That's not the point of what I was saying.
It would be really funny if it actually is her like arms, and then she like flexes and they're super buff.
Oh, you can see the handprint on his face now.
Ah, yeah.
Your dress pocket gives us some handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. It's straight up not evidence.
The handprint?
So it's something about her, I guess.
It's definitely something about her. I can't really.
There's just a giant zipper in the back because it's a costume.
It's I was about to say her hairline's a little funky, but that's not really.
I mean, the hairline's like that just because her hair is tied on.
Oh, look, there's shit shattered over here too. Yeah.
Dude, she's crazy.
We don't know if it's her yet. We have to give her the benefit of the doubt. But yes.
Your maid gives us a handsome clue as to the where. Oh, is it
Can we open this?
What a charming little tea portal.
Tea portal.
I wouldn't dream of drawing attention to it. Okay, great.
What's in her pocket more, Zach?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe we can
Actually
read what's in her pocket.
Wasn't there a thing that I like exploded about before where it's like, oh, if you just press this button you interact instead of like observing?
Yeah, I don't remember what the button was though.
Doesn't it tell you on screen or something?
It says
it didn't. That was the thing that he was upset about.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it's not really that. Maid.
Is it like E or something? I don't know. Common computer.
Because based on where the thing is pivoting, I'm assuming it's the Because R is present, not E.
What brought up their was it just clicking on it brought up their dialogue?
Clicking on it, or I just tried space.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh, there we go.
Because he has one on his hand, and it is a sun and a moon. Because his is a moon.
Yeah, there we go.
And if you see the wedding picture, she was also wearing the same ring.
Wow. There you go. I thought about it. I thought about it for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Taking my same logic.
I wonder where the tradition originated of having a wedding ring specifically on the left ring finger.
Oh, I have to present it.
Some places like they put it on their third finger, and then like when you're engaged, and then when you're married, they switch it over to their fourth. But I don't remember where.
Indeed, it does.
Indeed.
Boom!
Aha!
It's your wife.
Your wife.
Identical.
It's your wife. No ordinary household maid.
No.
No.
You
are
just
the wife.
live here.
Oh.
You are Mrs. Karadeb herself. What?
Shit, I was drinking water. That's fine.
It's fine. Jolly fine detecting. This is my wife.
This is my wife.
She'd rather let herself go, I say.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have that one. With all your retired army man, you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct?
Probably actually honestly about tax, which is hilarious because
Tax
why would they talk
purposes.
about tax if it's not
Second
about
lieutenant of a
tax?
third regiment. That is actually not horrible status. Especially an officer.
That's pretty good.
My name is Brian, you know. My golly, it's a very new here for the single man ever
Yes, here in London, what is rather judged.
At least you're not
cannot be
Japanese.
considered- a household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are folly.
Wow, how progressive.
You mean Mr. Gyarados has his wife work as his maid? I mean, yeah.
Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Gardeb?
I just noticed his pipe is taped together.
She probably snapped it because she's fucking
Yeah.
pissed. She's like,
Also,
I didn't
yeah,
get married to this.
Yeah.
Ah, you're right back.
Tip top secret.
Please. Please, please.
Conclusion: the raging wife of Mr. Garadeb was the beast.
What's the pun with Mr. Garadib's name?
I don't know. Returning to topic
Is there
2, the aftermath. We have limited time for me to do this voice, so I had to talk over you. I'm sorry. And Lawrence is muted. I'm assuming he's busy.
Oh.
Feelings for the formidable beast makes a lot more sense now.
Oh, he's putting his hand exactly where the handprint is, so you can't see it, I guess.
I just noticed, apparently it comes from, I'm surprised that Zach didn't know this, apparently it comes from the home story, The Adventure of the Three Garadebs.
I'm about to say, I haven't read that far.
There you go.
Cool.
So look forward to that, I guess, if you're reading them.
Must have some other significance. Probably the thing on his face that we saw like 8 times. Slapped cheek.
Clapped.
Take that!
He slaps it again.
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek refuses to fade.
Oh my god, it's just imprinted forever.
Oh, look at her face!
He became anime.
She became Kirby!
Innocent.
Poyo.
She's
Kirby's 100 times cuter than she is.
Yeah, but less violent.
She became that one girl, more violent. She became that one girl from the Kirby anime.
That one girl from the Kirby anime.
Remember their girl partner that was kind of a weird creature?
No.
I think I do remember,
Oh.
actually.
So like, look at his face! You cut us with a knife. Nothing escapes the nose of a betrayed eye. No, nothing escapes my eye when you allow me to 360 rotate around you for free.
Here you go. This is the girl.
What
She's
the
from Kirby
fuck is
cartoon.
that?
She's from Kirby right back at you. She's the girl character.
That's a nightmare creature.
She is less horrible when you remember her in your memory nostalgically from 15 years ago.
What could the subject be of the violent slap?
Violent slap.
Right? And this is where he says that it's the bills, but it's clearly whatever's in the book. Because there's a bookmark in the book, I think. I saw it from way over there when we were trying to figure out the teapot. Sorry, the tea portal.
Sometimes they just have a bad personality.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He's having an affair.
Dude, are we gonna meet a lady of the night?
That'd be cool.
Oh. Maybe
we
not.
have to examine the bookmark.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was quite proud of it. Fuck.
Oh.
Damn it.
Yeah, I think you gotta examine the bookmark or something. find the examine button again.
I think it's just clicking on it.
Did you have a dialogue about it yet?
No.
Returned.
Oh.
I just assumed it has a kissy mark on it.
No, that's a fair assumption, but yeah. Wait, the player can't read this, so we have to read it for them.
So okay, so now it's gonna be updated from bookmark to note. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san.
Scandalous note.
There you go.
There we go.
Great. Makes sense though. Let's go!
I guess it would be kind of weird if we said, ah, this thing with the lipstick, and it's like, did you read it? It's like, no, let's read it together right now.
You read it and it's just like, thank you for coming to Kissy Mark bookstores. It's like,
Yeah.
or it's like, thank you for remembering to celebrate our 40th anniversary, dear husband of mine.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, I like Kissy Mark bookstore. I think that I would like to open that store one day. That'd be really funny.
They sell all types of books except for romance books.
Exactly.
It's the driest bookstore ever.
Look at her face.
Oh
now
my
she's
God,
now she's
about to-
angry Kirby.
She's flexing. She's about to punch him up real good.
Oh,
Again.
she's have to again. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. How did the mark look like that on his face if she slaps him like that?
That probably wasn't as hard a slap as the first time she found out.
I don't
Well, I
know
will say that the way the handprint leaves, it implies that she
was
slapped
behind
him from
him.
behind or the side. Yeah.
Or she slapped him with her right hand.
Well, yeah, but you would have to be behind or at the side to get that angle.
That's true, yeah. It's just a book. I don't know how it got there. Ow!
I mean, sometimes people do leave things in certain
Unlikely
books, but
story.
that's highly suspect.
Well, it's in a
Joanne
book. It's in a book, right? So I'm wondering if it's actually they got swapped at some point since Joestar collects books. So what if he was having like romantic interests in like a lady that worked at the bookstore?
Does he have the same name as the Joestar guy? As the same first name? Because we know he's Mr. Garrideb. What do we know his first name? Is there confusion there? John.
And Joseki. No.
Well,
there is definitely not a chance that
to
there's
be fair,
confusion.
John is a very common first name, so.
True, but that'd be
Indeed.
no. It's just the moment where I was legitimately like, "Oh yeah, maybe." And I look and it's fucking Soseki.
It's very much not the case, but yes.
Previous owner of the book was using it though as a bookmark. Now it's an infinite well.
The
He
portal.
dug a hole in the bottom of the cup.
That doesn't make any sense. Oh, there we go.
It was for comedic effect.
Unlikely story. It's written to James. Oh, she's gonna do it again.
No.
I mean, I don't know if it's
Can
true or
she
not,
not
but if
read?
you don't even verify, ma'am, like, this is not good. You shouldn't be violent.
You're questioning my name now. Oh my god.
She's
God, she's
horribly
slapping them.
violent. Oh my god. Can you unleash the beast within? Look at her beefy
Oh,
arm.
I see why people have to be careful.
Unimaginable attack. So it's because last time it was the cake display. I think it's actually the candelabra, like Grant mentioned. Because the candles on the floor.
Boy, I sure hope that we don't have to I sure hope that we nor our great descendants have to deal with repeated lashings from some random woman.
Preferably not by some sort of leather weapon.
Implements, yeah, especially while we're at our job away from home.
At our job, in view of legal officers, who let it just happen.
Listen, the bailiffs, those Kermits, they're not as competent as the police used to be before the incident.
knives everywhere and shit.
Can we examine it first, just in case? Is it gonna go from candlestick to missing candlestick?
Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing.
Where could it be?
It's on the floor. It's on the floor. It's on the floor.
Clearly, we can't
Where is
see.
it?
It's right
Where
could it
there.
be?
Come on.
Oh, what is this? Oh, it's the carpet. I don't see any.
Hang on, let me move this mysterious white stick out of the way to get a better look at the carpet.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Let's just throw this white stick in the garbage.
Wait, no, it's not letting me look at the. It's not letting me look at the candle.
I think you gotta present the candlestick as is. I don't know, man. You have 4 more lives.
Yeah, I don't want to spend any. All right, never mind. That was
There we
candlestick,
go.
I guess. Remember when they thought it was a lion?
Specifically when
I
Sherlock
mean,
thought, don't put that on
why is it
Susanoo or Naruto, it was specifically just Sherlock. Or Herlock, sorry, I keep
There it
saying
is.
Sherlock. The scorch marks.
So she got so mad that she threw a fucking candle and lit their apartment on fire. What the fuck,
I would,
lady?
I would imagine it's more that she just swung her arm really wide and knocked it over.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Rather than intentionally throwing it.
She slapped the entire room in the face.
What is she, a fucking anime character?
I slapped
Actually-
everything in the room at once.
Actually, that does remind me of if you've seen the Phoenix Wright anime when they do the objection, it's like wind power, and they like slam the
yeah.
other lawyer against the wall. So I guess that kind of checks out.
So there were 2 beasts. One of them is the wife, and the other one was a fucking inferno.
Eloquently put.
So, what does this tell us?
This tells us nothing!
I was gonna say, this doesn't tell us anything about the guy. We're like, this doesn't really help our court case at all. We're like, all right, so a woman was stabbed. This isn't the same woman.
The only thing I can think of is that since we revealed this information, maybe he'll be able to tell us about. I salute you, because we fucking saved him from his fucking wife. Oh my god!
She loves him a little bit at least, enough to let him catch him.
Conclusion:
She's
the
fine.
carpet scorched by a small fire.
That's it, Judge. That's why my client is innocent.
Yeah, the judge.
Aw.
We zoom out, and it's like a flashback, and the judge's like, "What the fuck are you talking?" All the jury members immediately like, "This was a huge waste of time. Guilty, 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 guilty."
So I'm thinking that now that we revealed this, he'll be able to tell us about that weird thing that he saw on the night of the incident. Because remember how last time he tried to talk about
Oh,
it, she
yeah.
fucking boiled his legs alive?
Was that? I'm wondering if she has something deeper, or she just was doing that just to fuck with him in general.
No, I think it's because whoever this person is... Like, I don't know, maybe the person who wrote this note... Because it says to James. Who the fuck is James?
Jesse. And Meowth, that's right. Wait, does Meowth come? Never mind, whatever.
Did
I
you
don't
know
remember the
that? Did
sequence.
you know that both Jesse and James were named after fucking famous Western outlaw Jesse James?
Yeah,
I didn't.
exactly.
I didn't know that.
I realized that a long time ago when I was into westerns for a very brief, like, day or two.
But where does Meowth fit into that?
He doesn't.
That was his middle name. Jesse Meowth James.
That was the name of his favorite firearm.
Meowth.
Yeah. That's simp for you.
Okay. Move the
Oh, can we look
screen.
behind this?
Move the
Oh,
screen.
there's gonna be something important behind that screen, I bet.
No.
It's a corpse.
This is a little fire. That's it. Are you shitting me? Who cares?
Wait, what about in the cabinets, or if there's an important book, because the guy like books? The potential.
The potential.
What if there's a secret door that you pull one of the books with?
I'm just saying, this is kind of bullshit, because I called that fire literally second one upon walking into this room.
Yeah, but the character is not as perceptive as the player is, Zach. Otherwise, this game would be boring.
No, it would be fast. We'd be done with the whole game like that.
It would be fast and also boring.
I'm just thinking about like the constables, like the bobbies go like looking for a suspect. Like, all right, we have an all points bulletin looking for an individual wearing a long beard and a funny pointed hat, and it just cuts to a bunch of them, and they're like, there he is. And you see someone in the distance, and they're wearing like a long coat, pointed hat, and a big beard, and like 8 bobbies tackle him, and it's like, we got him, sir, we got him, and they're like strangling the thing on the ground, and it's a snowman.
No,
Nice.
I don't know what brought that to my mind, but it was so funny. He did lose something dear to him.
Mr. Sholmes's deductions.
Deductions.
These duck.
What time of day was that? Around 5 o'clock. Why is it with this universe and things just so happen to happen at the same time?
Well, I think it's because maybe maybe the reason that she slapped him for that was because she slapped when she was talking about 5 o'clock, where he was like, I was looking out the window, and then she like pours the tea on him, and because that reminded her of the whole incident. And
Do
she's
you
like,
think?
I
Do you
don't
think?
about
Yeah,
that,
look at his Adam's apple. Do you think that she slapped him because the fat lady who was walking down the street is the lady who wrote the note?
What? Maybe. I don't remember the detail of the lady being fat.
She was a fat lady. We had a picture of her laying on the ground.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh.
We did.
Yeah, there was a picture of her laying on the ground, and she was like the size of 4 people.
Oh my god.
I don't know about that, but I remember when you remember the
She was
picture, I just remember
immense.
her
She
being
was the
described as
size
fat.
of 16 people all fused into one.
I don't remember
Good
any.
lord.
I remember the picture. I just remember anyone describing her as fat.
I did.
That was
She's
probably
fucking
just you
fat.
describing her as fat.
That's another one of my favorite, because I said before that I was watching like anthology, or not anthology, like a compilation videos of like Funhouse stuff. And that's another one of my favorite jokes from them, was that they did an episode of Demo Disc where they were just playing a bunch of like Disney demos in a row. And do you guys remember Megra from Hercules?
Yes.
You remember the thing about Megra being that she was curvier than normal because they thought that would be a quote unquote more realistic body type, since people are a little bit heavier than princesses are normally. So they brought up that fact in the video, and then fucking one of the guys just starts going, they're all just, this is the problem with princesses these days, they're all fat. He just starts going, and he starts going nuts, and he's like, and it like imagine like clip art comes up on screen, or like a PNG comes up. He's like, Ariel, look at her waist, she's fat. And it's like literally like coming to a point, and it's like, Jasmine, fat. It's just like, the way he said fat over and over just made me laugh so fucking hard. Wow. So that's what I'm envisioning in my mind. It's just, that lady was fat. She just looks normal. She's the normal lady. I think we're gonna get a to be continued soon, or at least I hope we do.
Possibly.
I'm hoping we get to court, and then that would be a good place to stop at.
We have 10 minutes. Like, what? Relevant to case and not. I think this is not relevant to the case.
Oh no, is it that time already? We wasted like 4 hours on this who's hidden marital status. and their small physical dispute.
Small.
Small.
The lady fucking destroyed their house.
It's okay. Small in the scheme of their house is not burnt down, but large in the scheme of a relationship, like an interpersonal relationship.
Saba, I have a question for you.
Yeah,
You're married.
Yeah.
clearly.
Yes, as we all know.
As we all know.
You discover circumstantial evidence that might indicate that your husband is cheating. How do you respond?
I would ask first before slapping someone.
Okay. I think that's where you and I differ slightly because
So you would slap.
no, I would put a bullet hole through his skull.
Clearly. And this is why you're still single,
Lord.
Zach.
Right, because I keep killing.
On the subject of ventilating, did you know that a common held theory as to why we yawn is that it cools off our brain when it overheats?
That's an interesting thing. Do you overheat when you get tired?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Sleep.
I like the idea of what the fuck?
Is this James? Is this King James? What?
It might be King James.
King James.
I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. What the fuck is this? What's
Puppet.
happening?
This
We're
is a
not all there,
Muppet.
you rum-looking niminy.
Mimmy Pimmy.
Who are you calling old man? Oh my god.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
Horatio fella, what are you on about?
Oh,
He's
he's
a
just
Muppet.
he's Popeye.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me?
What the? Who are you now?
I was gonna make a joke about like the dating thing that Saba just brought up, but it's just like these characters.
Every corner the game throws something at us.
I'm sorry.
And I feel like we haven't dodged one of them.
We have been briskly jogging down this like hallway through the building that is the Great Ace Attorney, and as you said, every once in a while there's a hard right turn, and we know that there's going to be something around that hard right turn, but every single time we all stumble. It's like you think we get it by now.
We always phase plant to the point where they've taped pillows to the walls at face level for us.
This guy's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer, you
lawyer.
see.
What?
Why? This guy's a bee. He has like a bumblebee backpack stinger. It's
Oh
like a
yeah,
thorax.
oh yeah, and look,
yeah.
his necktie is wings.
Exactly. He's a
Oh,
fucking
that's quite
bumblebee.
wow.
Is he like a mailman?
He might be a busy bee.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know why he has to have such an enormous fucking chin though.
Because
It's
he's
my store, my
Popeye.
pollen.
Well, the other guy has a very small chin, right? It's only fair.
This.
Oh my god, he does JoJo poses too.
This ain't over yet.
They all do JoJo poses.
Get thee to a nunnery.
They're all posing off at each other. We just can't see their stands.
Oh, I look like a blooming nun to you.
Is that not just
Ah!
was what he was doing not just blatantly verbatim a JoJo pose?
I think both of those were literally JoJo poses, but I don't
hope you're
know.
not
I don't
injured.
know what we can say
Either.
about this anymore.
I do hope you're not injured.
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you.
This guy's just rules card.
There's not enough ease. What was that all about?
Ride worm.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either.
Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here in the Garadeb residence?
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so
What?
right. What?
What? Why does he live here?
Because I am poor. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode.
It's that one meme. Guys, help me budget out my money, and it's like food $40, like water $60, clothes $4,000
per month.
Ooh. This must be the man.
This guy is definitely the murderer, by the way. Do you happen to know the other larger lodger who lives on the first floor?
Can he close his mouth? A fly's gonna get in there.
Ah!
Thank you.
Ah, yes, the gentleman named Joestar. Oh, more worthy a polemist. What? Polemist in my battle of words ne'er could there be?
I think it means poet.
I don't
Maybe.
know what anyone's talking about. Sorry, Beth. Oh!
Oh, polemics is basically just debating.
Well, that's interesting.
He
So
tried to
polemists are
argue
just one of the
facts and
debates.
logic, so I beat him to death with my cane.
He's
that's
still
what I mean.
alive.
Oh, who did I kill then?
Actually, this is an interesting premise. Who would be strong? Who would beat who in a fight, Hamlin or Macbeth?
It's like, oh, don't look
Fucking
behind the brick
fucking
window
Macbeth,
then.
obviously? This is the
Macbeth.
stupidest question I've ever heard. One of them's fucking depressed and suicidal, and the other one's a fucking madman.
A king madman, nonetheless.
Right? Like, that's the
No,
stupidest question I've
no,
ever
you would
heard.
pin against each other. This is all before all that stuff happened.
This is literally who's stronger, Goku or One Punch Man.
This is not. No, this is not who is stronger, Goku or One Punch Man. This is stronger. This is stronger. Random guy on the street or Goku and One Punch Man. Because remember,
my
Macbeth's
God.
wife is also crazy bitch.
Who's well, I mean, as far as literally just like media, like, oh, let's debate who's stronger, obscure media figure A or media figure B. I guess not obscure, but you know,
Media figure
like they're
B is
debating
more or
who's
less
stronger in their
Goku.
favorite anime in the whatever this game takes place, 1800s, 1700s.
And media figure B was the guy that just left, the mailman.
Yeah. Right.
I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Joestar and this gentleman are acquaintances, at least.
Oh!
Every time.
That's what his face says.
It, you know, it
does.
kind of makes sense that Mr. Joestar didn't tell us about every one of his roommates and all the people he knows, but I would have liked some warning.
Correct. So, fair maiden, so good gentleman, I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well.
I must disintegrate.
I didn't really understand it, but I think he's returned to his room.
It seems he's unaware of what happened to Mr. Joestar, so he can't really help us. Really? Is that the assumption I'm gonna make? Am I stupid? Did you see that human being that just walked up to us and went, ha! Over and over?
I feel like you would be, if you were into Kingdom Hearts, I feel like you'd be in the club of, in one of the games, there's 3 protagonists, but all of them are completely oblivious to the obviously evil guy who wears all black and has a big X in his chest and constantly wriggles his fingers like a scheming bastard. And that's a thing that people genuinely get upset about. Like, oh, well, they're just kids. They wouldn't know.
We
But it's
talked.
the most
I think I know what
evil-looking
you're.
guy
I think I
possible.
know what you're referring to as well. I'm not.
Yeah.
Maybe not by name precisely, but I think I know what you're referring to. And yes, that does piss me off.
But they're kids, and they didn't have media growing up.
They're stupid. You don't need a kid to like. That's like a kid getting bit by a snake, and you being like, "Oh, well, you know, they're just kids. They wouldn't know any better. They didn't grow up with media." And I'm like, "It's a fucking snake." You're like genetically bred to be afraid of like stuff like that.
Okay, people aren't genetically bred to be afraid of people wiggling their
Wait,
fingers.
Zach,
weirdly.
I think we could pause here.
Probably pause here, yeah. Since there's a new location.
Well, at least we got that little twist in the end with those 2 new characters.
We got a lot of. We actually ended up doing a lot on this episode.
And not a lot of it was plot relevant.
No, which is a little annoying, but it's fine. All right, well, that was great. We'll be back tomorrow with the return of Okami. I will. What did I say? Oh, I gotta watch season. I'm gonna start watching season 2 tonight, and then I gotta text my my uncle. Okay, cool.
You also said that tonight, that starting tonight, you start paying your stream guest salaries.
As soon as I start making money, absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. Well,
All right. Good night, everybody.
that goes that. Good night.
Good night.